Hi friends, host Derek here with Arch Admin Susie Wadra, um, NEINFPT, and Janelle, and not host Mark. And Blanky, is Blanky not host Mark? Not host Mark sometimes
I
comes in
think
as
so.
two people. So, okay, anyway, let's talk about this interesting question. Can female ENFJ have a lifelong happy relationship with male ENTP? We were deeply in love, but we've been apart for 5 years, and now I want to move on for below reasons. But he, I think, realized he wants me back. Well, the reasons why I had doubts of him are that I am emotional and I need to be understood to be happy. But he has always been the logical, rational, realistic, right person who does not understand what I really need apart from the logical reason. I mean, I loved him for the traits, I guess. Opposites attract. Plus, he was funny and attractively smart. I don't know if this can go beyond just dating stage. What do you think? Maybe do I need a more feeling mate, or is there a way we two can have successful marriage? Thanks for your reply in advance. Wow, we were quick in replying too. Look at that, 8 minutes ago. So you get quick reply. Eunhye Ju. Eunhye Ju. All right. The answer to your question is what? Well, no, you should not go out with that guy. Your marriage is doomed to failure. The reason is because extroverted feeling as a dominant function will not ever mesh properly with introverted intuition as a dominant function. Extroverted feeling will provide the ENTP with an inadequate amount of, it won't meet his needs. You, the ENFP will not meet the ENTP's needs because the ENTP will be at first satisfied by extroverted feeling.
Oh, she's ENFJ.
I know there's two. There's ENFJ and
Oh,
ENTP. ENFJ with ENTP. What I'm saying is ENFJ is not going to work for ENTP, and here's why. ENFJ goes FENI, and then SE, and then TI. All right, so the FE providing, TI seeking, ENTP matches okay with that. We do provide plenty of TI. We do seek some FE, but we don't seek FE in the way that an FE dom provides it. We seek FE in the sense that the other person is being cautious of our feelings, not the other person is directing us in our own application of FE. We like to be the recipient of good FE, not not be directed in FE. And so that's where the FE Dom and the ENTP are going to run afoul every time. Is FE Dom will want to direct more than the ENTP wants to be directed. Your third slot thing is your sensitive area. So when you fail your third slot thing, you don't want to be criticized for it. You want to be helped without help from the background in that area. Like you're a kid that says, "No, mom, I don't want you helping me at all," but stay still running right next to me. Okay, you know, don't touch me, don't hold the bike. I can do it myself, but you still stay right there. Is what the ENTP wants with their third slot, and everybody wants with their third slot. Is they want to do it themselves and they want to master it. So the mastering process means they have to sort of come to terms with the fact that they're not naturally super adept at it, but they can get better at it and they can achieve good results in it. And in fact, when they do achieve good results in it, they're attaining their hidden agenda, their real underlying purpose or engine for their existence. Um, so there's a problem there, the disconnect there. As far as the NE thing, what does ENFJ get from ENTP? Well, ENFJ is TI seeking. ENTP can provide plenty of TI, but TI for the ENTP is something that's used outside of relationships. To the extent that it's used in relationships, it's probably used to the detriment of those relationships. At least that's my personal experience. TI can work in the service of a relationship, but if it's used to manage relationship in the moment, it well, it's got to be mutual. Like for example, this. With an ISFJ who has TI third, she doesn't want me directing her in TI, and I don't. TI takes a little bit of work. I don't think TI fits in. I don't use TI in relationship shit. And yet, when she needs help with TI or finds it beneficial, it's very easy for me to provide it without any, well, hardly any effort. So it works properly in that regard. But if it's 1-4, then it's you got a problem. Or if it's 2-4, you got a problem. I mean, that's the thing. Anyway, the last thing I'll say about the ENFJ, uh, what what they get out of it, I guess, is what I want to get into. So what do they get out of it is not a lot because their NI tool means they don't value, they counter value NE. Well, what is the dominant function of ENTP? NE. So they find they find the dominant function of their significant other to be um, a force of ill in the world. Like I tend to think of TE as sacrificing what's important for what's not important. In other words, sacrificing the metaphysical for the physical, sacrificing potentiality for actuality. Even though that's really SE I'm talking about, I tend to conflate it with TE because TE is how to do SE better. So that's the problem with it is you're going to be like your my tool function of singular truth keeps being disrupted by your multiplicity function of ideation. And here I come up with this gleaming singular truth, and you go, okay, well, how can we change it? And I say, you're no, that's not what we're doing. That's not the kind of intuition we're doing right now, Eric. We're doing my singular truths guide us with light and truth. And then I go, oh, can we change it though? Can we make it this? No, then it's not a singular truth, Eric. But I know, let's change it though. So that's going to be a problem. They're going to run afoul of each other in that regard. And similarly, the TI, um, I mean, the CI works a little differently because of where it is. But the SI, so they've got SE third, which means they've got SI seventh. That's the SI polar. Now, ENTP is SI seeking. So how much SI are they going to be able to extract from ENFJ? Zero. ENFJ won't care that they're not good at SI because they're SI polar. So there's that advantage, I suppose. But also, ENTP is SI seeking, and they're just consistently their partner's going to fail to provide that for them. And then lastly, in terms of FI polar, for us, FI polar is fine, and they are FI ignoring. FI ignoring is strong but ignoring, and so there's going to be a separate level of confusion. For the ENTP, they'll be confused about what it is that that continues to crumple the brow of the ENFJ and make them go, but are you even authentic to the ENTP, right? And so that's why that's a fucking disastrous relationship. I don't get along well with the ENFJs, frankly, but I think that explains why all the stuff I just said. They probably don't get along well with me either. Anyhow, anybody else have anything to say about this topic from Lady Pants? I think that was the lady who said that, or maybe been the dude. I don't know. Eunhye. You got nice pants, lady. That's what non-host Mark has to tell you, Eunhye Ju. You got nice pants. We want you to know that. We like your pants. Are you a lady? Or are you the dude? Why don't you say which? Oh, no, he. Okay, yeah. You're the lady. You are emotional and you need to be understood to be happy. He doesn't understand you because he's not spending time mirroring your displays of emotion. And that means he doesn't understand you. Okay. And concurrently, he's like, you are totally not listening to me. I've explained to you that my emotional attachment to you is clearly warranted by the following qualities, and therefore you should believe in it. Once I've established logically that I should and therefore do have an emotional attachment to you, you need to stop asking for any confirmation of that on an actual emotional level. Okay? I've successfully removed emotion from the emotional equation. You need to accept that, ENFJ. That's the nightmare you guys are experiencing. Yeah, don't do that. Break up with that person. Leave them immediately. That's my advice. And shame them for being so wrong in the process. Listen, I'm breaking up with you and fuck off because you got everything wrong. You provided me none of the things I seek, and I don't like your nature. It's appalling to my nature and abhorrent to my values. Good day, sir. I hereby break up with you and then spit on his shoes. Thanks for watching Talking with Fish People, and don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.